Hi, we're still here on 20A. Here's another tip. Let's start out with the work task of lifting. One thing to know is that under Social Security rules, lifting helps define whether we can do sedentary, light, medium, or heavy or very heavy work. So sedentary lifting would be no more than 10 pounds. Light lifting, no more than 20. So if you listen to any of the other videos with regard to 20A, when you think about lifting, I suggest you think about not just whether you can lift. Let's say you can lift a gallon of milk. That's under 10 pounds, right? Can you do it all day long, an 8-hour day? The question is vague enough here where it's very easy to get into the trap of saying, well, yeah, I pick up my 40-pound grandchild. So then they say, I can lift up to 40 pounds. Well, up to 40 pounds is going to get you at the medium exertional level. And there's very little way to be found disabled if you can do that. So, and jobs that require lifting of 40 pounds will often require that multiple times throughout a day or week. So if you can't be picking up that 40-pound grandchild and carrying him or her many feet to many yards multiple times a day, perhaps multiple times every hour, you're going to want to really give that 40-pound answer a clearer look. I mean, you're more than welcome to say something to the effect of, I can do X amount one time, but I don't know that I could do it more than once or more than twice in a day. And by the way, if you can't lift that 40-pound grandchild safely, let's say you have a bad back, and most people with bad backs are generally not advised to be lifting that much, I don't believe. You're going to want to, keep all that in mind while you're filling this out under lifting. You know how it'll say here it suggests that you tell how many pounds you can lift. Again, that is such a broad, open question. I think it's just geared towards error, and maybe it's a helpful error, not to you though. I can only lift 40 pounds. Well, there you sound like a really hefty person. I mean, I know what a 40-pound cement bag is. I've tried to lift them at Home Depot, and I don't have a back impairment, and I can barely budget. And then if I can get it up to my shoulder or in front of me, I can barely go any steps. So you have to remember what all of this means. And again, we have an 8-hour workday, not a one-time hit workday. So consider that when they were asking these questions, ultimately, they're going to be using it to determine an 8-hour workday. Even though they don't say that here, that's what it's about. So if you don't think you can be doing that 40 pounds or 20 pounds in a, over the course of the whole 8-hour workday, you're going to want to, I think, make clear, I can, lift a gallon of milk, but I can't do it repeatedly. I do it, once a day, maybe when you put it in your coffee. And there's short ways of saying things like, I can lift 10 pounds. I wouldn't even use the word occasionally, because like I said, that means for 3 hours a day, you could be lifting, or 2.5 hours a day, you can be lifting a gallon of milk. I would say I can do it once, maybe twice. I can't keep doing it. Never, I'm sure you never measured yourself. How much can you lift a gallon of milk in an hour? Go ahead and give it a shot and see what you get. But you have to think about that duration and the repetitiveness factor when it comes to lifting. They don't say here, if you only have to lift once, how much can you lift? Notice they don't say that. They're not looking for that answer, but that's the answer you might want to describe for them, because otherwise the vague answer that's going to be coming out of this otherwise can be really damaging. He said he could lift 40 pounds. We could put him in, there's thousands of jobs ranging from very light to 40 pounds that he could do. So this is the kind of things you have to think about. So that's lifting. We'll get on to some of the other ones later, but I wanted to really zone in on that one because they use lifting in addition to sitting, standing, and walking to define your exertional level. That's your RFC exertional level, sedentary, light, and so forth. And that it doesn't 100% decide on whether you're disabled or not, but it gets you 90% to what the answer is going to be. And I'm throwing out that number just to paint the picture. It's not really a math equation like that, but it goes very far in making the determination. And you don't need to be negatively making that determination for yourself by accident, by answering this in a vague way that isn't entirely accurate when considered in a competitive work environment, 8-hour day, 5 days a week, week after week after week. Okay. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. Hope it helps.